Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a prediction between the current governor of Kentucky on the Democratic side, that being Governor Andy Beshear, versus the Republican frontrunner at the moment and current vice president for Trump, that being J.D. Vance. So at the moment, Vance definitely looks more likely to be his party's nominee than Beshear does to be the Democrats' party's nominee. However, I thought it would be fun to do a prediction between the two for general elections. We'll get started with we'll be going through each of these swing states. I'm going to start with Nevada. I'm going to put Nevada into the lean blue category. Andy Beshear has portrayed himself as a moderate, and that has been crucial. He's been able to win as a governor in a state that, as you can see, is deep, safe red. And I think that his moderate messaging and ability to appeal to a large voting base would be a beneficial factor and would be a great reason for Democrats to nominate him in 2028. So that's going to be the state of Nevada. Nevada, I think, is also going to be one of the easier, if not the easiest state for Democrats to win as far as states they lost in 2024. So that's going to be Nevada. And then we're going to get to the next state here of Arizona. This state I'm going to put into the tilt margin. I think that Beshear would probably be able to win it. We've seen quite a favorable environment for Democrats at the moment in the elections we've seen since 2024. And I think that that would be enough for Andy Beshear to win the state of Arizona. Biden was able to win Arizona, so Democrats know it's possible on the presidential level. The state also has a Democratic governor and 2 Democratic senators, so the state is definitely willing to vote for Democrats. The state, however, did in 2024 go to Trump by a lean margin. It was the only swing state that did that. And so that was an impressive feat by the Trump campaign, but since then we've seen those voting demographic groups largely shift away from Trump and the Republicans in general. So that is going to be the state of Arizona. And then in Georgia, I'm going to put that into Andy Beshear's column as well. This state has also seen some great election results for Democrats since 2024 that should have Democrats optimistic about their chances in the state if the election were to be held today. I've been on the fence about North Carolina. I think that Beshear would be a great candidate for Democrats to put forward and that he would have a real shot at winning North Carolina, but right now just isn't quite as favorable of environment for Democrats as it would need to be for the state to go blue on the presidential level. Hasn't happened since 2008, and now is a favorable environment for Democrats, but I would argue it's not quite that favorable. So that is going to be 259 to 235. We're going to start with Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the state I feel the most confident in putting into Andy Beshear's column, and that leaves us with Michigan and Pennsylvania. Andy Beshear is at 269, and then we can do a hypothetical. If J.D. Vance were to win these two, bring us to 269 to 269. Kind of goes to a complicated process in the House, but I don't think that that is going to be an issue. I think that the Rust Belt would vote together. Andy Beshear and J.D. Vance, of course, are from neighboring states. J.D. Vance, former senator from Ohio, and Andy Beshear, Democratic governor from Kentucky. And so I think that they would both have Rust Belt charm that would be crucial to winning the states. But I think with the national environment favoring Democrats pretty consistently and heavily, that it would result in a Beshear victory across the Rust Belt. And that finally brings us to 3